Hey everybody, what's up? I'm your host, Spencer Andrews, aka Djdre, and you're in the mix with Tara T. Quest Little from Stamford, Connecticut, now residing in Indiana. Radio personality. Tara, thank you for being on T. Quest. And again, thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here.
I am going to go over things that were said about you. And they were talented, gifted, different, quiet, trend setter, powerful, meek,
Oh,
not weak,
no.
fabulous and sexy, a hip hop diva that is about to change the rap game. She will always leave you wanting more. And last but not least, the boss lady of Connecticut is the perfect name for you. You consider yourself an overall entertainer. How did that fall into play with you?
Well, I always knew as a young child that I wanted to be an entertainer. I always saw myself on a stage. I always saw myself on a microphone, and I just knew what I was destined to be. And when it came to the microphone, I didn't realize I'll be using it in multiple ways, from recording to performing to even being a radio personality.
Did you have any type or seek any type of mentoring or training?
Well, I had no choice but to do things my way to a certain degree because I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anyone to guide me in this field. I'm the only one in my family that actually is in the entertainment industry. So I had to learn from the world and then eventually took time to learn the business so I can soar properly through this industry.
Does fashion play a big part in your life?
It does play a part because I do have a fashion line, the GLM collection, and I've always wanted a line since I was younger, and I used to like draw sketches and stuff in my notebook. So yeah, definitely plays a part.
I heard that you blessed a few runways.
Well, my fashion line has definitely blessed a few runaways.
Let's talk about what is Ladies Making Moves.
Ladies Making Move is an organization that sought me out because they noticed my hard work via social media and they see me doing a lot within my career. And they contact me and they end up doing a beautiful write up piece of me a few years back on their website.
Now, let's talk about the T Quest show.
Yes, the T Quest show with DJ El Nino, relatable, informative, yet entertaining. I've been a personality for almost 10 years now, and right now, the T Quest show is one of the shows I've done that's still present, that is soaring like crazy. We have a lot of wonderful guests from independent artists to mainstream artists, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors. It's just a great place for people to tell their stories or sell their products, and it's definitely something for everyone.
Fleet DJs, talk about that one. And what's your role in that?
Oh wow. Well, I'm a part of the Worldwide Fleet DJs. I've been a part of it for 5+ years now. I started as a fleet host and a fleet artist, and throughout the years, they started to notice more of my wonderful gifted talents, and I ended up being the manager of the R&B division, that one division of the year. I ended up being Fleet DJ's Lady of the Year, and I even got a higher rank as the division regional manager. So I run all the divisions in the coalition now.
It's definitely a huge platform for a lot of people to, either get recognized, have their work recognized, and hopefully it takes off and blesses them with other opportunities. Correct?
Absolutely. As long as you know how to communicate and network, there's opportunities for everyone a part of the organization or anyone who does work with us for sure.
Supposedly there is a little bit of competition in you, and that ended up in some talent shows and showcases throughout the country. But why are you laughing? Do you know something I don't?
No, I just think it's a wonderful thing when a host or someone that's interviewing someone takes the time to do their research on their guests. So it just makes me smile.
Oh, thank you. The talent shows and showcases throughout the country. Where did that end up putting you?
Well, it definitely has gotten my name out there nationally and globally because as an artist, you can't be stagnant. It's
No.
beautiful to be known in your city, but it's even better to be known in your city and your state as well as your country. So I did what I had to do as an artist and I invested in my career. And if I saw an opportunity, I made sure that I was a part of it. So if I had to get on a bus, plane, train, or whatever. I did what I had to do
Right.
for my career.
Does the name or the group Fat Cats ring a bell?
Absolutely.
What were you doing with that group?
Well, when I became part of the Fat Cats back then, we started out, taking photos, because they're a group with models and stuff. And as we grew as a team and as a group, we learned each other's gifts and talents. And each one of the young ladies, sing and dance. So, besides taking pictures, we wrote a song and performed it. We're just out here being great in our gifts. So shout out to the members of the Fat Cat.
You founded the Gotta Love Me movement. Tell me about that and definitely what your role and its role.
Yes, I am the founder and the CEO of Gotta Love Me Movement, Gotta Love Me World.com. And I just knew that even though I was an entertainer, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I had to make sure I started my business. And it was at times when I was managing different artists and models, working with different companies to help with their marketing and promotion. And now the team has expanded and we have TQuest GLM LLC, where one of the umbrella is GLM Designs, and we have a media production company. We're just here to help people within themselves, as well as within their businesses, to help take themselves as well as their businesses to the next level.
When did you actually start that up?
I started Gotta Love Me, the movement and everything, the vision team, about 12 years ago.
I applaud you because I hear you don't use profanity. Now, is that in now? I mean, is that true or false?
That is true, sir.
What do you think about profanity being used in hip hop or any form of music? What do you think about that?
At the end of the day, people have the right to speak the way they speak and write with whatever they want to write. I personally don't use profanity in everyday life. So, of course, you're not going to hear it in my music. And it actually gives me an advantage because that means my music is always radio friendly,
Yes,
family friendly. So it opens up a bigger market for my music. But when people use it, that's on them. I personally, even as a
right,
personality and a radio station owner, I only like clean music personally and professionally.
right.
And some artists, I feel like they're just being lazy with their words instead of digging deep and actually using your talent because there's so
Right.
many words out here that can be used.
Do you think hip hop has changed for the better or the worse?
I feel that hip hop, as well as music, as well as everything in life, is evolving. Things are supposed to change.
Right,
Things are changing with the time. Now, the majority of music, when it comes to the hip hop genre, a lot of people are not fond of like old school or older cats, but at the same time, it's a big market. And the newer generation, that's their music.
right,
They're in love with it, so we can't take away from that. But even though it's being more popular and older generations don't approve of it, it's okay because at the end of the day, social media and life is so free now.
right.
You can listen to whatever you want to listen to. To a certain degree, you can play whatever you want to play. You can have your own platforms. You can have your own stations. You like what you like. And if you don't like the music, you don't have to play it. And at the same time, if you're not very fond of it, there's millions of artists out there. People just gotta take the time to search out the greatness, and once you find them, highlight them a little more so other people can know that they're out there as well.
I heard you dabbled a little bit in DJing. Um, I mean, explain that one. You dabbled. I mean, was that something that you tried for a period of time and then got tired of, or go ahead, tell me how that happened.
Everything I do in my business, they all go hand in hand, and DJing is a major part of my industry. As an
Correct.
artist, I need the DJs to spin my music. As a radio personality, I'm connected to my DJs, especially my number one DJ, DJ El Nino, that's on the show and on the station. But at the same time, as a voice actress, I do DJ drops and radio
Right.
commercials, so it goes hand in hand. And I like to be involved in everything a part of the industry, so I understand everyone I have to work with.
So
So
basically, so basically,
yes.
the DJing came out of necessity.
Absolutely. And I enjoy it when I actually do take home my controller. It's a different feeling,
Right.
but it's not something I do on the regular, so I do not classify myself
Right.
as a DJ, but if people ask me if I know how to a certain degree I do tell them yes.
How long have you been a journalist, and who have you written for?
Okay. Well, I started over 10 plus years ago for a magazine, and it started out as an advice column, Inquiring Minds Want to Know by T Quest, where people would email me different questions and I give them advice, And then throughout the years, especially now, I started being a part of some other blog placements in magazines. For example, I was the senior editor of Writer magazine. I'm a journalist for Straight Official magazine. I'm a journalist for Apex Couture magazine, their number one trending writer. I'm always in the top four, sometimes all four. And I'm becoming so popular as a journalist that the fans been wanting and waiting, and now I'm officially going to be doing my own magazine with my partner DJ
Congrat-
Onino.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What inspired you to be a journalist? You had a lot to say, or a lot was being said, but it wasn't getting out there?
Well, as an entertainer and a recording artist, I'm always writing. Writing was always my outlet, even have some up and coming books in the horizon for sure. And I love giving advice because sometimes people just need another opinion or a new way of looking at things. And that's why I write what I write. I'm like, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you no facts. I'm telling you my personal opinion. And I'm helping you look at things from a different perspective that may help you in a positive way, whatever you're going through. So I'm like, let me be here for people through all my talents.
Do you feel that a lot of the stuff that you've accomplished is a lot tougher for the people trying to do it now?
Because of the way society has been set up and with social media, it's actually easier if you take the time to learn how it works, because there's so many new avenues and there's so many more opportunities.
Right.
But you have to still do the work. You still have to lay down the solid foundation. You
Right.
still have to learn the industry so you can benefit properly.
Right.
Now, of course, some of the older cats as artists, writers, and DJs, we're looking at the newer cats like, y'all just doing this, that, and a third. But at the end of the day, the one thing they don't want to hear is the truth.
Right.
If you are a DJ, and whether they have cheaper equipment or their crates is not as thick as yours, as long as their clientele is happy, your opinions don't really matter.
Right.
Just like with music, I may not like or be fond of a lot of the new school music, but I can't get mad at them if they still have fans that is buying it and supporting it. Good for them. It's all about what we do for ourselves and our own talents and how we market it to get ourselves out there.
Got so sick and tired
I understand.
of people doing it.
Well,
Probably seen too many posts.
so many of those fake graphic
Oh
designers
yes.
keep popping up. And I'm just like, it's insulting
Yes.
to our company who we're legit.
Right.
You can actually check back to our website, Google. We're so official, but you can't tell the difference because there's so many fake ones out there that, and a lot of people say, well, I'm a professional this and I'm a professional that. I'm like, there's nothing about your work that's professional. You just have access of doing something.
It's so true.
So
Right.
I do understand that part, but in that sense, I didn't internalize it. That's why I didn't
Yeah.
recognize you because I commented and then I hid the message so quickly because I didn't want to digest that because it's like I'm just trying to do my job.
Right.
I'm just trying to promote. I'm already fighting against so many fake people in my field. The
Yeah.
last thing I need is another negative comment. If this is not for you, it's just not for you.
Let's talk about your life as an entrepreneur and how
Okay.
much people can benefit also from using media and marketing services that your company T Quest GLM LLC provides.
Like I said, nowadays, especially after the pandemic had started, it was like everyone went into survival mode. What am I going to do now?
Right.
Like, I can't go to work, I can't go outside, but bills are still due on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. What am I supposed to do? And all of a sudden, more entrepreneurs came about because you had no choice but to figure out another way of doing things. But in the midst of all that, you still have to make sure your stuff is on point. You still have to make sure you stand amongst the rest. You still have to make sure you are looked at as a professional, and that's where our business comes in with marketing and promotions. You want to make sure you look appealing to your potential clientele. So you want to make sure you have your proper graphics. You want to make sure you have your promo together, your promotional videos, your audio for your radio commercials. You know what I mean? Like, make sure as an artist you have your EPK and your one sheets. Even as DJs, make sure your presentation is on point. If you're going to be on Twitch and stuff, you need overlays or backgrounds on OBS, or even a laptop skin design. This is stuff you're going to need to make you stand out amongst the rest so they can look at you as a professional. And that's everything that our company, T-Quest GLM LLC, provides for people. Even if some people are lost, like, I want to do this, but I'm not really sure. Do you have your LLC? Are you copyright? Where do you go from here? Do you have a plan? Do you have a business plan? You know how you want to do it? Some people are lost. I'm like, just come to us. Have a consultation. Let's see how we can genuinely help you. And if you're a little nervous, we have so many different services. You can start with something small,
Right.
and then go to the next step. We want to let you know, we want you to be comfortable here. We want to let you know that we are easy go tos. We want to let you know that you can cross reference. You can ask anyone that we've worked with. You can check our website, check our social media. We are legit because there's nothing like having a team, a part of your team that you can go to without having to question them and know that they're going to bring you nothing but professional, high quality work.
Right. I mean, it's way better than dealing with somebody that saw a YouTube video. What are some of the biggest differences you've seen in your business?
The biggest difference I've seen is the elevation in everything, even when it comes to graphic work. I started out investing in graphic work, and then I was like, well, let me learn how to do it myself. And even though I was doing it, it was okay, then it was good. But then when I met my partner, DJ El Nino, he helped me take it to another level because he's been in the field for many years,
Right.
and he was teaching me how to properly use my Photoshop and how to do this and that. So when I look throughout even the last year or so, the elevation just and things like that is incredible. So special shout out to him.
Let's talk about DJ El Nino for a minute. How did that relationship form?
Well, we've been friends, ironically, on Facebook for years because, as like I say, an entertainer and a voiceover actress, I'm always, connecting and networking with different DJs. But then we found out that we were in the same DJ coalition. And then, we started being this. Zoom was like a big thing during the pandemic, and him being such an expert with like Zoom and OBS and everything. Like, I would just see him on all the Zooms, and then we started conversing. And then he joined like the R&B division when I was the manager at the time. I always tell people, take advantage of your opportunities.
Right.
I like to connect with great people, great mindset, people who are very intelligent, because you should know how to. You should connect yourself to people that you can grow with, where you can piggyback off each other, feedback, or help one another, so you can elevate within yourself and in life. And then everything with him has just been effortlessly. We flowed together in our organization with the DJs. We flowed together on the show. He started as a guest DJ to co-host, and now we just do everything together. We started a business together. It just flowed so naturally from day one. And the main thing is when I put out a new song, and DJs, we send you the music for free to spin it. He actually took the time to not ask for it for free because he's a DJ.
Right.
He actually went to iTunes and purchased it because he actually enjoyed the song and wanted to support. And that right there was so major to me.
You are also a hip hop artist. So how does it come about for you that once you've written and you've gotten the music, who's doing your music for you? Is that something you're also doing, or is that DJ El Nino helping you out with producing or composing?
DJ Onina is helping me with the new music that the fans been waiting for.
Right.
But from the past music, I've worked with different producers from all over, from Pro Major Productions from the DMV area, Selby's Productions, and from New York. It's just like
Yeah.
different ones, and it's all about networking people that have that vibe, that has that energy, that have that music that just captivates your soul, so you can really write something amazing. So there's different producers from all over, but yeah, it's gonna be a different sound because I'm a different person now. So
Yes.
I told all my fans, they're like, "We want new music. When you gonna put out new music?" I'm like, "I need to learn the woman I am today, so I make sure that my music match who I am today."
But I take it a lot of studio time is definitely no stranger to you.
Absolutely not. And now I record myself, so.
Have you tried to make like a little, recording area for you? Because a lot of people are starting to do that now. When it comes to a studio, what is it about the room that can make different changes in how that recording comes out?
As a voiceover actress, I have to and had to invest in equipment to do my work. Because if I paid for studio time, like when I first started, I would never make a profit. I had to get the proper equipment to do my voiceovers, and then as a recording artist, I had to get additional equipment, to record my music. Like my latest single, "What Up," I recorded it myself
Right.
here. And even as a radio personality, back then. I was able to be at the radio stations in Connecticut, in New Jersey, in New York, in Massachusetts. But since I'm out here now, and since the pandemic hit, I had no choice but to invest in even more
Or
equipment, like
equipment.
green screen and stuff. Because it depends. The question is it a hobby or is it a profession? Because if it's a profession and you're serious about it, it's only smart to invest in what you need
Well, you're
to
investing in
make it
yourself.
good.
What's your working style like?
It really depends on the situation. Sometimes I may have a story to tell. Sometimes I have stories written, or sometimes I allow the beat to speak to me. I allow the beat to tell me the story.
Who do you listen to?
Music wise, I'm so diverse. Because I grew up diverse. It was times I lived in an all black neighborhood. There was years I lived in all white neighborhood. So I was exposed to not just hip hop and R&B and gospel, but like pop and rock, and I was so exposed to all of it that my music palette is so diverse. So I listen to not particular artists.
Right.
I just enjoy music as a whole. Long as a song is great, I can enjoy it. Long as the quality of music is great, great content in the lyrics, I can enjoy it, no matter what genre it's in.
How would your
Mhm.
parents describe what you do?
My parents think I'm one of the most talented artists they have ever met. They know I'm so hardworking. They know I'm very passionate, and they are my ultimate number one fans, no matter what I do.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being brutally honest, right? There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with family and friends. It all goes back to professionalism. There's always a better way of saying it. That's why when I speak to people, because with our organization, we interview artists almost every day,
Wow.
independent and mainstream, and they come to us because we view their music and give them our honest opinion. If I don't like a song, I'm not gonna just not say anything
Right.
because I don't want to hurt their feelings, because they can't grow from that.
Of
They
course.
can't grow
Right.
from having yes people around them. So what I'll do is be like, I heard this track. Now, I'm only one person, and this is my personal opinion.
Right.
I'm not a fan of this track. It's just being respectful so they can receive the constructive criticism
Yes.
in a better way.
Right.
See, like I said, you can always say my personal opinion. I'm not very fond of this song, but you may have something else in calendar that I may like.
Right.
I feel like you're a little lazy on the lyrics. Maybe you should challenge yourself with a different cadence, or expand your vocabulary. My question is this song mixed and mastered? Your vocals feel like the beat is
Yes.
drowning it out.
Right.
You want to
Right.
always make sure that you can have great music, great content, great lyrics, great vocals, but if your production stuff is not on point, it can take away from what you're trying to do.
Yes.
It's little things like that. Now, they're either going to respect what you're saying and think about it for the next song, or they may think you are out your mind and you don't know what you're talking about, right? As a tastemaker of the industry, because they value your opinion for a reason.
Right.
Whether they accept it or not is different, but you still did your part. You was open and honest with them and keep it moving. If a rapper is singing, you should say is like, I hear where you're trying to go with it, but in my personal opinion, maybe you should get someone who actually sings
Yeah,
because I feel like they can really bring your vision to life
yeah.
even
I like the way that you're saying that. I mean, I've said it, but not
more.
that way. Is there an insult that you received that you're proud of?
When they're talking about like they love me as a voiceover actress, but they be like, your voice is too sexy. It's I'm like, thank you at the same time because to be honest, my sensual voice is my major money maker.
Right. Well,
But if
that's what
you
you're
would
specializing in. That's
exactly
what you're selling.
a lot of my clients still ask me for different things. They're like, do you have that baby when he was on the Breakfast Club and he said put some respect on my name? Like they want the little snippets
Right.
and they drop so I can produce that. But what I tell people is even though that's my money maker and it's out there the most, if you are a professional and you know you need drops and you want a female voice, why didn't you check out my samples?
Right.
Why didn't you ask me, well, I'm looking for more of this. Can you produce that?
Of
Can you
course.
send me a sample of something like that?
Of course I
And
can
then
do it.
you would have realized how
Yeah.
diverse my voice actually is instead of automatically assuming because we're having a conversation. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's like you're insulting me. You didn't give me a chance. You're going for one thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't beg nobody.
Yeah.
My clientele is still rolling. They know how great I am. They know how great my team is. So in this moment, it would have been nice if you took the time to actually have a professional conversation instead of writing me off. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to sleep very well at
Well,
night.
yeah.
They just didn't give me an opportunity in that certain situation because they just assume I was only one dimension. Not realize I can do different voices, different tones, different accents, different languages. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, different languages. How many languages do you do?
I can do it in any language that the client wants.
What artist would you want to confront and have a conversation with, or actor or actress?
If I had to have a conversation with someone right now, to be honest, I would probably have a conversation with Tamar Braxton. The reason why I picked Tamar Braxton is because there's a lot of different layers to her and a lot of things I connect with and I would love her opinion on. You know, because I have sisters, she has sisters. I want to know more about their dynamic when,
They're
just being
dynamic, right?
together,
Well,
with her being into music as well as being in the limelight, the things she really go through.
right,
Even though she's an entertainer, I know I see some of the insecurities when she's recording in the booth. She's more timid. So I want to know those different layers of her, even when it comes to being an actress. It's so many different things she's experienced that I can connect to. And of course, with her and her ex-husband, working so close
right.
with him. They were like Velcro, they were like best friends. And I'm like, what really happened? What really
Yeah,
changed? Because, of course, I'm not putting that out there for my personal life,
yeah.
because my fiance is my go to for everything. That's my best friend.
That's
That's my
great.
everything.
That's
You
awesome.
know what I'm saying?
That really is.
So I would just love to piggyback and offer her with that dynamic and where the shifts were, and if she could change things, what would that be?
Wow. Go ahead. It's all about you.
All right. This is the one and only T Quest. You can follow me on all social media platforms at T Quest GLM. You can download your T Quest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store for free. Sign up for our mailing list on the website, gottalovemeworld.com, where you can find Gotta Love Me Radio, home of the music and conversations you want to hear. GLM Designs here to cater to all your graphic needs. GLM Voice because I am the voice goddess. GLM Merch because it's hoodie season all year round. And just remember, if you need anything for yourself or your business, you can contact us because we are here for you. I know that's a lot to digest, but the only thing you have to remember is TQuest GLM.
You're listening to T Quest radio personality extraordinaire, Nubian princess, and I want to thank you very much for spending time with me.
Absolutely, anytime.